And I'm not going for any particular colours because I think sometimes it's nice just to see what happens. And if I haven't got enough paint, I'm not worried. I think it's all a little bit of self-discovery. Just mean, right, okay. Let's just put that there. And I've got a canvas, and I just want to put a little bit of white paint on the canvas. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now, if you pour straight onto this dry canvas, the paint will move, but it'll move a little bit slower.
Right.
If we put a paint layer on it, it just helps the paint move. It's just courses for courses.
Okay.
I do both.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put a little bit of the white paint on, just so we can do that. Now, I'm not going for a total canvas cover. I want to have a partial pour. If it does, I'm not bothered either. But I just thought it'd be nice just to have something in the middle, she says. So I'm just going to do that there.
And I suppose really, I mean, once you've measured that, the spoonful's in the right sort of proportions. So there's no right or wrong about how the
I could fill this cup right up to the very, very top.
Yeah.
If I wanted to. So I'm just going to put this on the top there.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to put it like that and let it go.
Oh, wow.
But what I do want to do is, because I won't waste paint, I just want to grab...
Just getting some... Are they MDF or they...
This is MDF that my husband had and just cut up into smaller shapes for me.
Great.
So I'm just going to let that come down. Yeah, no
waste.
Sort of thing, so...
Oh, fun.
So let's just move that out to there. Like you say, look at that emerald.
I suppose could you apply it individually as well? I mean,
you could do. You could just stick to two colours.
Yeah.
You could stick to, like you could go for contrast colours.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, we could have just done black and green.
Yeah.
You could have done just some green and red. But I think it's nice, like you say, having the white or the black there as well just helps.
The contrast.
Contrast,
yeah.
and I'm just stretching it out there. I mean, that emerald, like you said, looks stunning.
It looks beautiful with that garnet, those polar opposite colours there, yeah. Looks like something out in space, doesn't it?
I'm trying to be... See, and working in the tray just keeps you a little bit cleaner, she says. Just a little bit. And this is what we mean by the cells, where the paint's coming. So that's already in the pouring medium. So I'm sorry, I'm tipping it away from you. It's just so I can make the canvas move.
Yes, yeah, just get that down to that other corner there.
Yeah. And now I could put my finger in there and I could stretch it a little bit more. Okay.
Well, you see, there's not a huge amount bubbling off the edge anyway.
No, because I didn't do a
mean?
full cup as such, but we'll see what we can... But I'm going to put it on the here as well. Now, I quite like that, actually, having those white corners there. So, let's just... when you just go, I've got so much trace here. I'm just going to put some little cups, and I keep these forever and a day. And then I can put that on the top there. So the paint will drip off down the side. I'm just going to wipe my fingers. And I've got these little bits here. And this is where I will carry on. Now, this hasn't got the white coat on there, as you can see, but the paint is moving, not as quickly as we did more.
Yeah.
And that green is looking...
It really pops.
Good shout.
It's electrifying, isn't it? Yeah.
So I could, let's add a little bit of the white paint near it and we'll create and move it in together.
Well, we've got some MDF happy hour deals on the show, some frames, some box frames. Again, just any kind of MDF shape. I know you've done your baubles.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I'm just going to drag the paint through because I don't want it. I want to create a marble effect with it. So it's a totally different pour.
Yeah.
Because obviously this runoff is my paint mixed together, isn't it? So it's not going to be as crisp or as the colours, but doesn't mean you're not going to get interesting patterns. And because I've moved my knife through it,
you're creating more patterns.
You're creating a different type of pattern, and it's going. So I'm just going to move that around. Let's tip that. Let's grab some of that. Oh, look at that emerald. Let's grab some of that.
Let's have that back again.
Yeah, let's have that back again. And I'm not going to waste it. I've got a little bit of the emerald. Let's move this cup over here. And we could add a little bit more of the emerald. So you can still add your other paints to it. Yeah. So I'm just going to, I want to push the emerald in to create that marbling again. So you don't have to just, you can be controlled or you can just do a free pour. So this is now getting a little bit slower. So Let's give it a little helping hand.
The emeralds in the pick and mix there. You've got 12 beautiful colours to choose from there, 12, which is an amazing price point, 433598, 12.99. If you were stenciling with this, because you said you could, you know, you've done it on that lovely canvas. Do we need to wash our stencils in any?
Well, technically yes, but if you ask any of us here, Leonie included, and everything like that, none of us do.
Just give it a wipe. How long would we need to, you know, once we've applied it for the stencil?
What I'll do is, if I move the tray out the way, I'll grab some card and we'll use some of the bits we've got in here and go through that. Is that all right?
Yeah, lovely.
So I'm just going to add a little bit of white.
And how long would you leave that to dry, Lou?
What, the stencil bit?
No, what you're doing now.
It depends on, at home, mine was taking 24 hours.
Yeah.
But all the things I've poured, bar the big canvas there, have dried overnight here. The ones I did this morning at 8 o'clock, the two smaller pieces, they're near enough dry already. It totally depends on where, you know, where you're at, as it were. You know, like we've got the lovely aircon, which is keeping it, seems to be drying it really quickly. Oh, I like that. Sorry, you've lost me a bit now.
I'm going to have a quick look at the web, if that's all right, Lou.
No, let's go for it.
Don't forget, on the website, they are the 7-day savers and, of course, the... well, I've got some happy hour deals that you can shop ahead on the web, because I know we're getting queues on the phone. So do apologise for that. Obviously, you know, people are trying to get to the phone as quick as they can, but if you can go on the website, that would be absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, back to you, Lou.
Right, OK, so that was... I'm just wiping my hands in between.
So you put that down to dry.
So that was the whole canvas we did.
Yeah.
And that was there. And I've still got bits here that I would use. I'd either use with a piece of card, or I can go in with another piece of MDF and I can build up. The acrylic block that you've got there beside you...
Yes, this one here.
Yeah, that is actually doing what I'm doing now. And I did it onto the acrylic block.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
And then they slide apart, they're magnets. So
yes,
the ones
I know
that
what you mean, yeah.
Lynette Jasper brings.
I do. These are fantastic. I'm just sorry, it's quite a weighty one. I'll have to...
Then what I've done is just covered the back of it with the Perfect Pearls, which we were looking at the 8 o'clock show. Just so I put the Perfect Pearls on the back, just to highlight all the lovely, the mop-up. Yeah. To make it stand out just a little bit more. I mean, you could put a piece of mirror card behind it.
Or an image. Yep. And then you've got all that lovely sort of work over the top, like a lovely, incredible artwork. Beautiful. That's just the mop-up. Isn't that gorgeous?
It is, isn't it? It's really... So don't think... I know it's very hard when we say don't think that, you know, you have to do everything. So this is now just from the rubbish in the bottom of my tray.
And how did you create a little mottle effect on your bauble?
That is with alcohol. That's alcohol inks, which we can do as well. What I did there was if I put this down, I can show you actually. So I'm just playing now. So because I would carry on and I would build up the pattern on that. So literally from one canvas, you can keep going and going and going. Let me just wipe my fingers on your nice apron. So so we've got some glass baubles. So what I've done is I've just taken the paint.
Yes.
And I filled inside the glass bauble. Oh. Because alcohol inks are translucent. So to give it an extra punch, I filled inside. So I've got and then I've gone over with the alcohol inks.
Wow, that's genius.
So
you fill the inside.
So if I grab this one here, so the alcohol inks, as you can see, are translucent.
Yes.
So if you put a light in there, that would be absolutely, you know, perfect.
Yeah.
But adding them onto a paint base, it's like if we were using the alcohol inks onto a Yupo or to a glossy surface, you've suddenly given it a little bit more of a background. I did that on a it sounds such a horrible colour when we say beige, but it was on beige and then just did it with a sponge dauber.
That's such a good idea. We've got some of those baubles on the website as well.
Right, let's move these. I'll just move that out of the way. So I'm trying to keep as neat as possible. Right, so I'm going to move that over there because I can see that going for a walk. Right, you know when you just go, I can see that going for a walk. Right, let's grab your emerald. As you like your emerald?
There are other colours available.
I know, but I just thought while you're doing your...
with ruby, should you be interested in my ruby?
So let's grab a little bit of the emerald there.
It's all the jewels, you see, the rubies and the sapphires and the emeralds.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab some... I've got some bits of card. I seem to be growing, I do apologise. So let's grab a few bits of card. And I'm going to grab a stencil.
Lovely.
Now I can put more paint and I can water this down. Ooh. So you can use your acrylic paints I mean, you see a lot of us will use them on our jelly plates, we'll use them with brayers, we'll use them to use with a brayer. I haven't. I'm just trying to see if I've got my my sheet there that would pick it up a little bit easier. So I can water it a little bit down if I wanted to. So all I'm going to do, I'm just taking a sponge dauber. I don't know why, because I'm filthy already. You know when you just go, I could have just used my, I could have just used my fingers and a sponge. But, so I can still go on.
And that's a lovely application. It's just gliding on there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a normal blending tool that we use with our inks.
Yeah.
So if I go across, and I've put too much paint out, because as you can see here, I've got loads, and all I've done is I've added just a little bit of water, and the only reason I've added the little bit of water, it just helps with the foam sponge.
Yeah.
Not for
the paint.
Not for the paint.
No.
So let's go from there. And if I lift it up, so you can carry on doing your sponging. So rather than waste, I can pick up this and I can still go round.
Yeah.
I'm not being wasteful at all.
It's just another way to use the paints, isn't it? 'Cause I know it says, you know, in the one-day special, we've got the pour and medium, but they're so versatile, aren't they?
They
Liz?
are, and they've got one. We'll lift it up, and you can see that they've got just a beautiful. So you can do things like that. I did have a piece of black somewhere. Here we are.
Because of course they look brilliant on the black as the white. Because sometimes you lose one or the other, don't you?
You
It looks
do.
magnificent on one, and then a bit sort of half-hearted on the other. But these look fantastic on both, don't they?
I'm going to take what's left on here, and I'll use that on my sponge.
Ooh.
I'm not going to waste any, as you can see. You know, when you just go, I'm not going to waste any. You can mix acrylic paints with your gel mediums, which makes them then translucent, rather than, because obviously they're more opaque.
Yeah.
So I can add a little bit of water. So I'm going to have to do this towards me, and I'll turn it away, and it will gradually start to spritz down. And I can move it around. If I tip it onto there, you can see I'm not losing any of the colour. So you can do so many different things, you know, with your paint. I mean, if I had my jelly plate, you would have lost me for the best part of the day.
That would have been the end of it. We'll
I'm
never
just
see
going
it
to grab a
again.
paintbrush. So, I mean, like I said, you can paint with it. And I've got water on there. I'm going to pick up these bits here. And even on the black, you know,
It's electrifying.
It stands out. So don't just think your paints are just for, these paints are just for paint pouring. Anything you want to do, if I was doing this in an art journal, see, I would have done this in an art journal, but then I would keep these pieces and cut them into tags or into different things.
You
So
need
there's
this. You need this journal. That's what you need, Lou.
Well, that's beautiful.
You need this. It is beautiful. This is what you need. It's one of our happy hour deals. It's only available this hour. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think what a great gift for somebody in the family. It just opens out like so, and then look inside. How beautiful is that? Sort of leather bound there. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love this oldie worldy map there, and these sort of, what colour would you say that was, Lou? It's like a peachy yellow, isn't it? It's almost like the pages are old aged.
It is, isn't it? It's like when an old book with the text.
Yeah.
It's like you
Yeah.
haven't got the text there.
Yeah.
You've just got the book pages, as you were
Isn't that
saying.
beautiful? That's gorgeous. And then it just, you can take that book out, obviously. Our other happy hour deals as well. I'm going to go to the end here because it's my stamps. And Lou and I were having a bit of a laugh at some of the sayings on these stamps. There's one here. I wonder if I'm allowed to say it. What was it? So, there's so many good ones, isn't there? I came, I saw, I forgot what I was doing, retraced my steps, got lost on the way. Now I have no idea what's going on. I think these are brilliant. So big stamps. There's some great sayings on these indigo blue stamps. Have a little look at these. You are getting all three. I mean, how many stamps does this count to? Once you realise we're all mad, life begins to make sense. Prosecco is the answer. Sorry, I don't remember the question. Oh, this is so true. The job of a parent is to raise a child properly. The job of a grandparent is to undo all that hard work. 30, that was it. I gave up jogging when my thighs rubbed together so hard that my knickers burst into flames. That really made me howl this morning. Sorry, everybody. I'm back. So, yeah, 32 stamps. Yeah, you're saving £25. And they're gorgeous, lovely red rubber mounted stamps there as well. Really gorgeous. So that's a happy hour deal. You're saving £25, £22.49 on 2 FlexiBuy payments there. And then some more stamps, little ones. Let me show you the size of these. 22 stamps here, again from the indigo blue range. Again, for this hour and this hour only, I'm just showing you the sizes there. Beautiful detail you get with your indigo blue stamps there. So we've got some lovely flowers, some lovely script work there as well. And I do love these, you know, it's almost like the little, sort of almost like the barbed wire around it. Sorry, I'll leave that there. I'm not helping Marcus at all there. I love that, the journal as well, art. And then you can put your own little doodles in there. Some gorgeous there. Greeting art with mindfulness soothes the soul. £24.97 for all of those. 22 stamps, 875987, £24.97. Don't forget your journal. We have got some shadow boxes, these 3. This big one is an 8x8, so you've got the 2 frames for the back and the front, obviously, and then the sides for that depth, and then obviously your background there as well. So that will make 2 shadow boxes. Went 3 shadow boxes. Wow, that's a bargain, isn't it? Look at the size of that. £11.99, 917445. I've caught Lou's interest. I know, 3. Can't quite get over that. Moving on to my next size here. This is the 6x6. And again, that'll make 3, so fantastic saving there as well. 156445, £12.99. Great for mementos. Oh, these are my 8x8s, and the other ones were the 12x12s. I was going to say, I thought that's 12x12s. These are the 8x8s. These are lovely in a shadow box when you want to place a little memento. Could be a little baby sock, could be a little lock of hair, could be a coin, could be a ticket, could be a photo. This is lovely when you want to mix media as well. So 3 there of the 8x8, 917445, £11.99. So we're going to go back over the 12x12 because I saw only 2. There is only 2. Forgive. That's all right. That's all right. I'm a producer. Apologise. It's fine. I saw those 2, but sometimes things go missing on the show, so I didn't like to question it. But you do get 2 of the 12x12, just to reiterate that. 3 of the 8x8. But it's still a bargain, isn't it? It's still a great price point. I'm not complaining. We've got the smaller Diddy ones as well. Let's look at the website. Don't forget, you can shop online. Shop ahead. There's those fantastic 7-day savers. Love those white lights. Lou was just talking about the lights in your, the baubles. The baubles are on there as well. There's the smaller 6x6, 3 of the 8x8, 2 of the 12x12 there. They're happy hour deals for this hour, as is the genuine leather banded journal. And don't forget about our one-day special. Yes, the Deco Art. £10 saving there. 4 of those fantastic metallic sheen paints. The pewter, the sky blue topaz, the antique bronze and the coral. And then you've also got the large pot of the pouring medium, that top coat, and of course your little gold pearly shimmery drops there as well. Yeah, right, back to you, Lou. You're laughing at me gold shimmery pearly drops.
I liked the description, it was brilliant. Well, I've just remembered something that when I was getting ready for the show, I said to my husband I wanted to have a play with an idea, and because I've seen other people do it, but I couldn't find any in the shop. I just need to put a bit more pouring medium in there. It's a bit too thick. So he came up with an alternative for me, so we'll grab that in a moment. So I'm not sure how it's going to be, but we'll give it a go, because I think sometimes last night we played with the alcohol inks with the paints.
Oh, yes, you need to watch that on repeat then, because they're fabulous.
And it split. You could see all the colours split. It was lovely.
You see, I wouldn't have thought to put the alcohol inks with it.
No, it was Jo Rowe was on last night. She said, "What would happen if?" So we tried.
What if? Yeah.
So I'm just going to start building up a layer of colours again.
So what have you popped in there now? That's
just the white. I'm just going to start with the white.
Yeah.
That's starting to look. Your green is looking
beautiful.
It looks
amazing. That does. I'll make it sound like I had something to do with it. All I did is choose the colour, folks.
And then I've got some of this lavender frost, because that's
proven popular.
It's got like a gold and a silver running through it. So I'm just going to put a bit of that
fantastic shimmer
through.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do a little bit more white.
You can have such fun, can't you, with these?
You can, and you can be a bit more precise with your colours. You know, like you could have a colour story in your head.
I will say the lavender's limited already, Lou, in the pick and mix.
I mean, I think the deep sapphire is absolutely...
that's a bit special, isn't it?
It is, but on the black swatch there, it's just how it still packs a punch. So let's put that there.
The deep sapphire's approaching limited as well, so
It's
people are loving your choices, Lou.
Right, so I'm just going to keep building up. And let's see what else have I got here. Let's do, oh, you know when you've got too much choice sometimes, let's do a little bit, no, the peridot won't go with it. I am trying to think of colours. You know, you just go, no, the peridot won't go. I'm going to use a little bit of the garnet up again.
Ooh.
Just want to, because it's just a nice little touch to it. And let's go for the lavender.
Yes.
We'll just put a little bit more of the lavender. And build up the white. So how many layers and how thick the layers you do is your own personal preference. Everybody does something a little bit different. You know, it doesn't... I think that you know, there's lots of techniques out there that you can do. You know, as you become more and more confident with it. I'm just quite happy playing. You know, you just go playing. Right. So I'm gonna, and this is beautiful. This is the blue that's in the one-day special.
Oh, the sky blue topaz.
Sky blue topaz.
Yeah.
That is
beautiful,
lovely as well. Okay, and then so I'm just, as you saw, as we did here, I'm just layering up all the different colours. Obviously, I'm not using emerald this time. I do apologise, Fiona.
That's okay. I'm happy with your choices.
Are you
I'm
sure
happy
now?
With your sky blue and your lilac and your garnet, and yeah, they're all beautiful. Let's face it.
Oh, they are.
That's
aren't
the difficulty. Which ones to choose?
Let's go for. I'm just going to go for actually the bronze, just to add a little bit of a colour.
Are we adding any of this gorgeous goldy pearly droppy stuff?
No, I wasn't going to, because I like to add it. I know it sounds silly. I like to add it just as it starts getting tacky.
Oh, right, okay. I wondered.
That's just my
is that
personal preference.
What have you done here on this coaster? Because is that some pixie dust or something? What's
that? That is the perfect pearls. On the top, as it was dry, and I just put it on in clumps.
Just tacky?
Yeah, just as it was tacky, and I went for clumps rather than spreading it.
Yeah.
Just to add something a little bit different to them all.
Is that something similar that you've done with the goldy there?
That is a mop-up, and so I dumped the whole of that canvas in the bottom of my tray. And then I've just put glitters on top of it, a little bit of the gold pearls, let it dry, and then put the top coat on.
Bit of glitter on there, so you can sort of, we forget that as it's getting tacky and drying, you can start to just add a little bit more gorgeousness.
Because I didn't want the glitter to travel as the paint was going, because the paint will start dripping down the sides until it self-levels. But I wanted the glitter to stay where it was.
You push it.
Yeah.
Ooh, liking that. Pearl powders, golden drops, glitters. My favourite is still when you cut a die out. I love that with your mop-up. I'm really quite taken with that. It's so beautiful.
But I'm trying to say to people, it doesn't have to be wasteful. I mean, you can create beautiful mop-ups as you can create beautiful pieces. Instead, the card strips are just pieces on card, and I just let it dry.
Yeah, I love that it's cut, and then you've stamped there as well. And
so you can still bring all that in. I've stamped on top of the actual tile, as you would do with an archival ink pad.
Fantastic. No waste.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. So now I'm going to tip this in, and this is just a bowl that my husband's drilled some holes in for me because I couldn't find a colander thing. So I just want to see what it's going to do when we put it out there, and I just want to tip the colours in little by little, and just let the hole start to take place. And I'm just going to lift it up just a little, and we can start swirling it around. So now it's doing it again in a different way. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep going. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Because what we've got here is looking totally different to what we've got there. So it's now creating it in a different way again. The way in which it's dropping down and siphoning it. So I'm just going to let it go a little bit more there. It's coming through. So let's just put a little bit more in. So I won't waste it because I'll tip it out as well. This was an old picnic bowl we had. So it's coming through there. So now I'm getting impatient, so I'm going to tip it all here. I'm just going to tip it all here. So we've mixed it up. Oh, look at that. Oh, that would be. Oh, that would have to be a mop up in there. Sorry. So let's just tip this now. And when it's dry, and if we want, when we want to apply the top coat,
Would you give that another good 24 hours for the top coat to dry?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some dry pieces here. We can put a top coat on, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just putting...
Just because it does give a nice finish. Not that you have to, but...
All right, let's put that there. Whoa. Wipe my fingers. Your apron was lovely and clean before...
That's what aprons are for, though, Lou.
So I've got two different... So where it went through the holes, it's creating a totally different marbling to what's come out of the cup.
Completely different. And yet they were all the same colours went in there.
Yeah, all the same colours went in there. Now, as you can see, the paint is going a little bit slower on this because it's got none of the white paint on. But it's, as I said, it's personal preference. And I've got nothing in the bottom here. That's going to annoy me, but too late now. You know when you go...
MDF shade quick.
Yep, she says, let's do that. But, so it's going a little bit slow, but it's all personal preference. You do what makes you feel happy or you feel, you know, works for you. Because I think that's a lot of the part of the fun of doing this. I love that black stripe, actually, that marbling. It's a total contrast. And as you said, it's all the other colours have gone through. So I'm just going to pull this back.
Beautiful. And don't forget to pick a mix. You're picking any four for $12.99. I mean, and they're big pots. They're going to go a long way, especially if you're mixing white in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, you could put all the colours together if you want to. I just think for us, for demoing on the screen, it helps having the white and the black just to make all the individual colours stand out a little bit more.
Now, the lavender is technically sold out, so please check out your baskets. You've got all the allocated stock there on the lavender. That's this one here, so that's technically sold out, so I'll hide that. But still some gorgeous colours there still available there on the website. Oh, look at that emerald. Oh, Lou's playing with the sapphire there as well, and it's just gorgeous. Sapphire's now limited, just to warn you of that one. Look at that ruby. Ooh. It's all lovely. Oh, the garnet. I don't know. They're all gorgeous.
They are gorgeous, sort of thing. So I'm just mixing that together. I'm loving this. I don't want to disturb this.
No, that
this
lovely
stripe.
It's almost like a geode in the middle.
Yeah.
What would you do now, Lou? Say now these canvases have started to dry. Would you leave them as is because they are beautiful works of art, or would you
leave them
mix media, put things on top?
You could do whatever. I mean, the bauble there is on MDF, and I've just added some die cuts. That's die cut as well from waste, from a mop-up.
Ah.
So the leaves and everything from that, including the wording. The big bauble in front of you, I've just decorated, you know, with cheap, from a certain shop, plastic flowers and stuff like that. And I've added with a stencil, can you see the 25th of December?
Yeah.
And I've gone through, so you can still add on top of it.
Yeah.
I've gone through with texture paste onto there. So you can still, you know, you don't have to leave them as is. The smaller one, sorry, I'm still using up my paint. I'm not going to waste any of it. And the smaller one there, you don't have to do... I could put this canvas onto a bigger canvas.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do... you know what I mean? You don't have to keep the one canvas. I think, just needs a sentiment.
Yeah.
Do you know the old-fashioned? I'd even stamp it on there. Obviously, when it's dry. I'm trying.
And what ink would you use? Just so
an archival.
An archival.
An archival ink. Only because this is like a plasticized coat, so the archival will work on most things. Right. So I'm going to.
Nice, isn't it?
I'm going to use my finger and just encourage that. My fingers are filthy. Now, if you don't like messy fingers, wear gloves.
Plastic gloves, yeah.
I don't mind. I might be moaning tonight when I'm still pulling bits of acrylic out of my fingers, but that's there. But that, it was just by tipping some through the holes with the same colours created that beautiful marbling.
Amazing,
and then it was just tipping.
Isn't that gorgeous?
The other, you know, on top of each other. It's
so beautiful.
So think about, you know, the different things you've got. So, I mean, that looks totally different, even though it was mixing the paints the same way as we did the paint pour with the green there.
Looks like not that I have a lot of these, but the outside shell of an oyster when you open an oyster.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
That crinkly.
But you can still see where the copper is. It's got beautiful
Yeah.
shimmer. Now, I mean, I'd let mine go a little bit tacky, but you could add in the liquid. So to me, the liquid pearls now, I'd let this go. I would add it where the veins are. And then if you've got a cocktail stick or something like that, you could then carry on making the veins more pronounced.
Ooh, I like that idea, cocktail stick, yeah.
And you do, so you know, you can carry on however much you actually want to do.
Beautiful. I think the peridot, did you say is limited as well, Moles, on the approaching limited for the peridot in the pick and mix as well, just to highlight that one for you. Yeah, approaching limited.
So I'm
That's
going to put that in trays. I'm
Yes,
trying to
we don't-
keep the set clean.
We've got about 15 minutes.
Right, I was going to grab a bauble. Let me just move those.
Okay, I'll have a quick recap.
Yeah.
So our one-day special, you are getting 4 of the beautiful colours. You're getting the coral, the antique bronze, sky blue topaz, and the pewter. You're getting the pouring medium. So Lou's ratio is 1 spoon to 1 spoon. You've got that on its own as well. Just makes your paints go even further. You know, you don't have to add that. You can use them as is, as Lou did, with stenciling and blending with them, or painting with them. You've also got the top coat, which gives that, if I just show you this one, if I show you both of these, we've got that on its own as well, just gives that lovely finish, protective, and also the sort of the high gloss sheen, if that's what you're looking for. If not, you can see how effective the paints are anyway on the canvas, but just sort of seals it and protects that work as well as giving it that lovely high gloss finish. And then we're just talking cocktail sticks and the gorgeous pearly drops there. We've got this gold. So this was the gorgeous gold, as you can see here as well, added to this artwork at the end. Those gold pearl drops. Now that is all an amazing £26.97, 142803. Add it to the black and the white. It goes even further, you know, as Lou was just explaining. £10 saving, absolutely brilliant. And if you want more colours, then all of those colours are in the pick and mix. We are approaching limited on the peridot, sold out now on the lilac, but we've still got the ruby, we've still got the rose quartz, we've still got the garnet, and we've still got the coral. Gorgeous colours there. Then we've also got your jadeite, your emerald, peridots approaching limited, the bronze and the antique bronze, and then lavender, I'm afraid, is gone, but you've still got the berry, the pewter, the dark sapphire, and the sky blue topaz there as well. Pick any 4 for £12.99, 433598. Right, Lou, back to you.
Right, we were talking about the top coat. So this is one of the tiles that I did yesterday, which was a mop-up from that. So that was what the first thing I did, and then this was, I let this drip. So don't, you know, each can work differently. So all we can do with the top coat. So it's up to, again, it's up to you how messy you want to be.
And you're just pouring that straight directly on?
I'm pouring it straight on.
Oh.
And I'm just going to let it, now you could use a palette knife, you could let it dribble, you could, if you use a paintbrush, the only thing is
you see the brush stroke.
But then depends on if that's you might actually want that.
Can I use it with anything else, Lou? I mean, I know we've got it with our metallic sheens. We've got a big pot of it here for £19.99. You see, that's why I asked.
With the what? Sorry, the big pot.
What else can I use it with?
I've been using it with glass baubles that I've been covering with alcohol inks. The alcohol inks will stay, but over time it will rub away. And I've been actually covering my alcohol inks. I did make the mistake of the first time. I thought, oh well, I'll use a paintbrush and things like this, but then it left droplets. So all I did was I tipped the pouring medium into a bowl, preferably without holes. And I just put the whole of the put the bauble inside and left it. Held it for like a couple of minutes so the excess dripped off, and then I just hung it up there.
Like you would if you were doing melted chocolate on a something or other. Yeah.
So let's just put a little bit more on.
It's self-leveling, isn't it?
It's self-leveling, and I'm being probably a little bit tight, but then why not?
You are thrifty, Lou.
Yeah, I just think, you see, because around the outside of my coasters, I actually want to. I think this colour would look good with silver gilding flakes. So once it's dry, I would go over and I would actually put silver gilding flakes around the outside, because I think that would just finish it all off. So you can see it's moving.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can use a palette knife. Thing with me and a palette knife is I wouldn't have an even coat. If you're patient and just let this go,
you'll get that even distribution.
You'll get the even distribution.
Yeah. It's like your cake mix in the tin, isn't it? Just gently ease it to the sides.
Yeah.
Once you start using your spatula and your spoon, sometimes you'll have a hill one side. And
yeah, and sometimes you're more heavy-handed when you start off
Yeah.
to where you end. So I'm
Like
just
you
doing
said,
it that way. Now, what you could do as well, I mean, I've got some glitter there. We could sprinkle some glitter on top.
Oh, yes, Lou.
And then we'll have
Lovely.
license. So it's going on, as you can see, it goes on creamy, but it dries
Clear.
clear.
Queues on the phone, so if you can go to the website, that would be brilliant. Don't forget my happy hour deals of all of those box frames in the 12-inch, 8, and our 6x6, the 8x8s have proven very popular. A lovely leather-bound journal as well. I think there's some Zutta, there's the indigo blue 2 sets of stamps there, only for this hour, and then at 1 o'clock all those prices will go back up to the original. So you're just sprinkling some...
I'm just sprinkling some glitter on the top.
So this is going on with the top coat?
Yeah, with the top coat.
Ah.
Now, however many top coats you put on is personal preference.
Oh, okay,
And
so I can go
would
in again, could
assume...
I?
Oh, too
Lou.
much there. Look at that. Can't be doing that. Sorry, I'm not a glitter person. But so that will dry clear. So where you see the glitter, that's all I did with the.
Oh, the little powder, the pearl powder.
Yeah, the pearl powders on there, and I just got a stick and just tapped. But I wanted big, and I let it just dry, so it was captured in the actual top coat.
And did you put another coat on top?
No.
No.
I just let it go
Smoothie,
like
smoothie.
that, so it created something a little bit different. I wanted to actually see if it would move. So that is how you would just do the top coat, and you would do the same with all your pieces if you wanted to create that, you know, keep them shiny.
Yeah.
And it will dry clear, as you can see there, and it dries with that lovely.
Yeah, and
gloss
that is
finish.
all, that's embedded. That's not coming off of my finger or anything like
and
that.
depending on what use you're going to do, I mean, let's wipe those away there. It would all, you know, however many coats you put on top.
Yeah.
It all depends. If you're just using it as decoration, like I did on a canvas,
Yeah.
probably doesn't need it.
Yeah.
But as I said, I would neaten the edges here, and I think actually a little bit of gilding flakes around the edge would work brilliantly. But that's how you use a top coat.
Fantastic.
You know, just tip it on along those lines.
How many minutes have we got left? About 7 minutes, Lou. Yeah.
Ooh,
'cause
right,
I know
okay,
how
let's have a play.
quick you are
What
with
should we going to
demonstrations
do?
as well.
Right, I've got some little cups. I'm looking for... Right, okay, I've got a cup there. Oh, here it is. You know when you think, I did get something out.
We're using our baubles.
The baubles, yeah. Now
Oh, yes.
The baubles come in 2 parts, and they come with a piece of card. So if you wanted to, you could put the card in there. It could be a photo, could be anything. But I just actually want to just join the baubles together. She says, have I got the right... No, I've got 2. Have I got 2 different ones? No, I've got 2 the same.
So our plastic
Oh, no, I
ball-
haven't. Phew.
Oh, we've got
you know
a
when you
plastic
just
bauble
think...
kit there.
I'm sure I picked 2 different... So what I thought would be nice, instead of covering all of it, I'm just going to make sure it's sealed, that's all.
Yeah.
I've got my plastic cup, and I just want to put it there.
Ooh, yeah.
And I thought what would happen is the excess then would go down the side of the plastic cup,
Yes.
and the top would be left free.
Yeah.
That's the plan in my head. Now... But we're not going to know, and you know when you just go... we're not
give it a
gonna
go.
Yeah, we're not going to know until it's all properly dry.
You could create something quite Christmas pudding-y, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah, you could. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the paint. And I'm going to use up the different paints we've got here. Saves me... Did you say the
Mixing them
Perido's
all.
gone?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
approaching limited, yeah.
I'll use a little bit of your emerald.
Deep sapphire as well as
and I'm
technically
not
sold
doing
out.
like a pour. We could
No.
sit here and we do a pour. I just thought it'd be nice to see...
Just drip down.
Just do a little drip down and see what it turns out like. Oh, that deep sapphire.
Technically sold out, so don't forget to check out your baskets if you're loving the colour of this deep sapphire.
Oh,
Lovely.
that was me dripping, so I'm just going to... And we do that. And then I've just noticed my cups over there. I'm just going to
Beautiful.
build it up. And I just wanted to just play.
Yeah,
Actually,
have a play.
It doesn't have to be pouring like we've done before, but
Is
have
that a bit of the
play.
berry? Is that a bit of the...
Yep, the berry.
Oh, that lovely pinky berry. Approaching limited on the berry.
I'm not...
Just have a look on the website and don't forget to check out if... we will get to you as quick as we can on the phone lines.
So I'm just adding it bit by bit. Because I've been nice just to do... I'm being a bit frugal with my little taps there then. Right, let's see what's left in this cup. Why waste it? You know when you go, why waste it? just do that down the sides.
I love that little swirliness going on there as well.
I'm just trying to get as much
She's
out of the
not
cup.
wasting anything.
I want to get as much out of the cup as I physically...
And I dare say if you had a piece of paper under that little cup, it'd be catching any little
Yes, it would as
splotchy
well.
drips.
Well, I can see some nice drips there.
Well, you could mop it up afterwards anyway.
Yeah.
And this is the acrylic bauble in the kit. It comes with 4 of those alcohol inks and some glitter for £24.99 as well. Great
We can do that there. And, oh, I'm quite liking that. I just want to leave it now.
Do.
You know, we just go, let's have a think. I'm going to put a little bit of the antique bronze because I think it just needs a little warmth.
A bit of warmth.
So, there. So I just want to let gravity take
I think
control.
that one is actually the bronze.
Bronze, sorry.
No, you're fine. It's my mistake. I think earlier the antique bronze is it's a bit more goldy. If that makes sense. That's the bronze. Beautiful though, isn't it?
So,
it's like caramel.
It is, isn't it? So I'm just going to. Oh, that's a big lump, but that doesn't matter. We'll mix that out. You know, we just go. I'm not. You know, we just go.
A big lump.
Worried.
You'll mix it out. Ooh.
Now all those
3 minutes,
drips coming off, I would have had something underneath it, but
yeah.
So you can have a play. I'm just gonna, and I just wanted to leave it like that.
Yeah.
Which seems very frustrating because we now need to let it dry. So the top was free.
Yes.
So we could have a clear top, and I just thought that would be, you know, lovely just to.
Very clever looking, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah,
how did you stop that drip? You know, do you know what I mean? You'd be looking at it thinking.
And I just thought it'd be a different way, rather than we could still do a pour, if you know if you wanted to. But it's a great way of using up the colours you've got now. You know, to add in, we could add in a little bit of the glitter, she says, and that will then gradually travel down with the paint that's travelling down.
Fabulous. Well, when it's dry, have you got a Facebook page there, Lou? We can put it on or something, or
Yeah,
take a picture.
I'll take them with me, and I can do and put them on there so people can actually see
the end result.
See the end result.
Well,
so it's actually coming down. And then that we'd leave that. That's going to take at least another couple of hours for all the paint to drip off.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to create, rather than cover it fully.
No, I like that idea of the light.
But then I thought a light could go inside it. That was what was thinking in my head.
We've got some of those little baubley lights, those bottle lights on the 7-Day Savers.
But I did exactly the same with that. But then this is like when you do a traditional pour.
More opaque with the white, all over.
Sort of thing. So you can do those, and you can put the two sides together. I just did 2 different colours.
Yeah.
So you can do it like we were filling the cup up and putting it on top and letting it drip through, if that's what you wanted to do.
You'll never know it's plastic underneath.
No.
Lou, we're down to the last minute or so. No, don't apologise. It's been absolutely fabulous. I feel like I've had a real playtime with you. It's been fantastic.
I'm just fascinated to see how this turns out
well,
now.
We'll
I keep looking at it.
A picture
it
of
looks
that.
horrible there, but I bet it looks...
It doesn't. I'm dying to see when it is dry, like you said. When will we see you again? Do we know, Lou?
In a week or so's time.
Oh, and what are you coming back doing? Do we know?
I'm coming back with Picture This stamps.
Oh, OK, fantastic. Look forward to that in about a week's time. Fantastic. Don't forget to check out your baskets. Don't forget those lovely shadow boxes and the journal. The happy hour deal is going to end in a few moments. And it's always worth having a look at the 7-Day Savers because, of course, they change every Sunday. Please jump on the website. Don't forget to check out your baskets with the metallic sheens because obviously we've had some sellouts as well. We're getting down to some very limited stock there as well. Thank you so much, Lou. I've had such a lovely hour. I know I wasn't physically doing it, but I felt like I was playing with you, choosing all the colours and do this, Lou, and do that. Fantastic. Thank you to Lou.
Thank you.
And we'll see Lou in a week's time. Right, plenty more still to see. It's only midday. You don't want to be watching all the other nonsense. It's all neck and neck. That's all we need to say. We'll just don't know. Let's find out what's coming up next on Hochanda. Oh, I love Pink Ink designs as well. Gorgeous. Then we're going to let Leonie loose. And then I'll be joining the fabulous, I've got 2 words for her, innovation and ingenious, Kleina Palmer.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Pam.
And we're from Quilters Trading Post. We've been open since 2007, so we're coming up to 10 years now.
We started our business in Cambridge really with a long arm quilting machine. We decided we wanted to make a proper business of it, so we bought a shop in this area. We soon grew out of that because we became successful and we bought a school, and now we're in the school.
We have 4 parts to our business. We have the quilting service, we run workshops, we sell patchwork and quilting threads, fabrics and notions, and we do patterns and books. That's our newest thing, and our favourite being our crafters carry-all.
We've really enjoyed being on Hochanda. It's made us famous really. We've got lots of people who now come into the shop and tell us that they've seen us, and that they've enjoyed the demonstrations, and they've watched us over and over again.
Make sure you don't miss our shows here on Hochanda.
Have you heard of Hochanda Freedom? Did you know that as a Hochanda Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £5.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Hochanda Freedom members badge, regular newsletters, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with Hochanda more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause it if you're going away, or you can cancel it at any time. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or head to the website, quoting item number 88888, and join Hochanda Freedom today.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door and Crafts 2. I've been with Hochanda since the very beginning, and I've been crafting a lot longer than that. My crafting journey's taken me through all different types of crafting, from stamping and die cutting to colouring and inking, and loads of different things. I've been working with Crafts 2 now for over 3 years, and they produce the John Next Door brand, distribute it, and make sure that everything is perfect in that. This allows me to work with the fantastic Crafts 2 tools and products, as well as some of their other amazing brands such as 2J Stamps, Press Cut, and the Craft Artist range of glues and consumables and inks. I really find that this partnership is extremely strong and helps me bring out the best of my products and all the other products within the Crafts 2 stable and the ones that I design. So don't miss the John Next Door and Crafts 2 shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Matthew Palmer, professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. But with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Hayley. Join me for some amazing Fabric Freedom shows. Fabric Freedom design all their fabrics here in the UK, and they design them with quilters in mind, so they're really good at picking out those unidirectional prints, really nice and small prints so you can work on smaller patchwork projects, and paste prints as well, which is one of their signature fabrics. They do lots more fabrics besides quilting cottons, so tune in to the Fabric Freedom shows here on Hochanda.
Afternoon, everybody. Lovely to have your company, and I'm sure there'll be lots of people that are tuning in specifically because today, with Pink Ink Designs, we have 3 fabulous shows. We already had a lovely show earlier on. We've got this show now and another one coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And it's so nice because actually today marks around about the fifth birthday, really, of Pink Ink Designs having their first show with Hochanda some 5 years ago. And so we have balloons in the studio, but more importantly, we have lovely Kathy in the studio as well. Hey! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Do me own applause for everybody there as well. Lovely to be with you for our second show together today.
Yes, we had a lovely first one, but this is completely different to the first one.
Which is lovely, and that's why I reckon it's going to be a really, really, really busy show. 3 separate shows lined up for you. Now, this is the first time when I walked into the studio, Kathy, and I know you mentioned this in our last show, that you said, I think we've got some of the best stamps we've ever produced.
I think so, yes.
I totally agree.
Thank
I
you.
mentioned, speaking to Yanis earlier on in the break as well, and he said, well, they always have beautiful stamps whenever they're on. I think you have topped yourself with
Thank
these.
you.
If you're looking for large, beautiful, detailed, gorgeous stamps, and these, honestly, I've got samples to show with you. And the lovely thing is about them, I thought they were just going to be that stamp. But what's lovely about this is you've also got, and I'm going to turn these around so you can see, you've got all of the fantastic elements that go with it, again of also great size, but again lovely detail. Now, just before Kathy talks to us about this inspiration behind these, because they are beautiful, and show some of the images, it's already busy for these stamps. It's a whole collection. You can get them individually at the moment. As we go through them individually, we'll give you the details for those as well. But the bundle, by the way, it is already busy. 26 stamps in total you're going to get here. These are your A5. These are photo polymer stamp set. You've got Willow, Rosehip and Tiger Lily. And they are gorgeous. Straight over to you for this one, Kathy. Just talk to us about the inspiration behind these again. And again, I know you've got some beautiful sort of drawings to show with, but congratulations on these designs.
Thank you.
I think they're stunning.
Thank
beautiful.
you very much. The inspiration, well, funnily enough, it'll all become clear when I go through the album.
Great.
But actually, Willow, we drew probably about 6 months into doing our first ever stamp design, and I drew it. Mel loved it and I didn't like it, and I still know I don't like that, Mel, I'm not doing it. She, oh no, it's going to be lovely, she says. Anyway, we parked it, and then this autumn, beginning of the autumn, we thought let's do some more fairies, and we revisited Willow.
Yeah.
And I just seemed to manage to get her to become good. But you'll see that when we go through the album, how she started from an initial concept, and where I felt I didn't like her, and how she then became what she is now. But we're really pleased with them. Chuffed to bits.
They are beautiful, and again, I'm just showing you can see the size of those and all the other elements, because you can't really see those elements on there, but you've got all the mushrooms together, all the beautiful details, and it's the detail actually in the petals of the dress and the wings of what she's got. They are gorgeous. Now, on her own, by the way, 1/4 of the stock, details at the bottom of your screen, have already gone for these individually. I'm not surprised. I mean, they're just beautiful, aren't they?
Well, we hand draw them all ourselves. And they're quite labour intensive.
Oh, I bet.
We
yeah.
go over and over and over until we get it spot on. And they are big, but you can just use parts of them. In fact, one of the demo I'm going to do, I'm going to use part of Rosehip and part of Tiger Lily. So you don't have to use the whole stamp.
No, no.
And the little ones, there's certainly enough there to fill any gaps.
Absolutely, and they are beautiful as well, the little parts of that around the outside. So this one you got Rosehip, and then if you just heard talking about, this is beautiful Tiger Lily. Again, you can see all the plumes that she's holding there, all the other details that go with it, in flight as well, which is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And I just love that little teddy bear elephant as well that we've got down the front, which is gorgeous. These are individually very busy, and in the bundle also. Let's give you a little idea, because I've got lovely collections of all of them, and in fact, let's start if I can. But we've got the beautiful I Believe in Fairies with those. But again, these are perfect for any theme that anyone loves, that sort of magical, mystical idea. Not just for children, they can be for any sort of occasion to work in.
For sure. I mean, that was done by Maria, who specialises in sort of mixed media. And, I love that piece.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
stunning as well. I love this one as well.
That's
that we've got
Leanne's.
here. That's Leanne's. But they are so beautiful with them, you know, that you can see. And they work together, like you say, with the whole set of the 3.
Now, this is Susan again. Do you remember I spoke to you in the first show saying she was a competition winner and we invited her to be guest designer? She's just so talented, and she has transformed Tiger Lily into a Christmas fairy with her colours.
Beautiful, isn't
that pretty?
it? I'm loving the work on the wings specifically as well, just going through, really beautiful. Let's work down through some other samples I've got. We've got a bit of a mixture of everything in a lot of the collections here. This is lovely. Who's put this one together? This is Leanne.
Leanne, and if I'd got my wits about me, I'd have put a pillow in it, but unfortunately I didn't. But yeah, she's used the multi-surface paint. She's painted the fabric. That's our microfiber she's used there.
Oh, yeah.
And she's stamped it with all the fairies and all the little tiny stamps, but in the next hour at 5 o'clock we're going to be showing how to do actually less stamping on fabric but painting on fabric with the most amazing techniques.
Oh, that would be nice to see. That would be lovely. Please make sure you come back for that. As I said, 3 completely separate different shows as well, and that'll be with Yanis later on as well. Susan has also done here. I love this.
It's beautiful.
Just such a lovely look, really lovely look. And again, they sort of lend themselves to pretty much any sentiment as well when you start, you know, with the whole wishing and dreaming feel about them.
And I think the rose hip, she's got such an essence of the wind sort of blowing her hair up in there. I just think it's fab.
Look at this one as well.
That's our Karen.
Willow on her own is approaching limited stock, by the way, just to let you know. Willow on her own is approaching limited stock. Let's just show 1 or 2 more just over here as well with a couple of these, and actually just also with some of the elements that was in those stamps. Let's start off just with those that you can see here.
That little one's Gail. She's such a good painter.
That is beautiful.
And she always, well, not always, but quite often works with minimal things.
Right.
And I think they're probably all down there. She did a set of 3 or 4 little notelet cards just with the tiny elements.
That's lovely. Really.
And that little ladybug with Tiger Lily holding her hand out, that's the right size for the bug to be on her hand, or you could put a butterfly.
That's gorgeous. Look at that for colour as well. I love that.
That's got a lot of pop to it, hasn't it?
That certainly has. Tiger Lily is also now approaching limited stock on her own as well. Gail has done this one for us.
Beautiful.
And that's a lovely example of Tiger Lily, isn't it?
Just
Dance with your heart,
colour.
your feet will follow. Really beautiful. Look at these.
That's Gail again.
And again, I love it with the toadstools and everything put together. I mean, it is majestic. It's a really lovely image. And again, but lots of scope. Again, if you really love your colouring, then you're really going to enjoy this. And I think you will go for the bundle if you can go for the bundle with these ones. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I think Willow is now limited stock on its own also. So again, it is proving really busy. 671601 if you want to go for Willow on her own, and you do get the 7 also extra stamps on there on top, of course, of that beautiful lead image that you've got there, which is stunning. So now, if you can go for the bundle, I certainly recommend it. 359343. Honestly, it's one of those stamps, and we see a lot of stamps on the show, as you do as well when you're watching, and I can promise you, when I saw these, it has a wow factor for me. 26 stamps in total you're going to get. All those elements, again, just on those elements can make some beautiful images, which is great. 26 stamps, you're going to get your 3 of those, all of your A5. It's also available for you on your flexi purchase as well if you want to go for your flexi buy. Just £22.49 on each of those payments of 2 of those payments. Really brilliant offer deal. Love that. We are going to be looking at some of the inspiration again when we go through the stories of these, but before we do that, and it ties into, I can let you know, again, really another fantastic bundle set for you here to go for. This is gorgeous if you want to go for these ones. You've got, and I love this, we started off with these individually, aren't we? Yeah, the Nip and Duck. Hey, these could be names of pubs as well. I love it. Just popping down the old Nip and Duck. This is your A5 on those individually. We'll give you the bundle details all together to start with, and we can break them down for you. But this, again, you're going to be getting your 3 sets of your A5 clear sets. You got Nip and Duck, totally gorgeous, and magnificent. magnificent. Yes, I love it. 639035. Now, if you're a Freedom member, hello, look at that, £39.12. That includes your postage and packaging. Now, again, these are images and these are stamps. I have to say congratulations again, because I really love these. You can't help but smile about these, and the detail that goes through these are stunning, stunning, stunning. Talk to a little bit about these ones, because I think these are gorgeous.
We love that. We've already done one set of farmyard already, so this accompanies that set. So we've done a pig and a donkey and a Highland cow. So this is the three that join that, and there will be more to the farmyard as well. But yeah, we loved these. We loved doing, and the girls loved making them with the design team. Loved doing them. Beautiful.
Annette's done this one. Gail has done this one for us as well. To look at that. Duck and Disorderly. It's like the crew from the Hochanda about a night out. Look at them, to be quite honest. But there's something, there is magic in here, a real lovely character that comes through.
We try and draw realistic, but with a touch of humour, especially with the animals. We don't try and do cartoon or anything like that.
Right.
And I think we've achieved it with this set.
I honestly, I think that they are. This is gorgeous.
Look at
this
that.
is
Isn't that beautiful?
goatily gorgeous. We've got here. Look, that is such a flirty look for
It's a flirty goat.
Give it a little bit of look. Oh, it's just, they are stunning, stunning images. Stunning images. I love this one. Sheila has done this one for us as well there. Grab your goat, you've pulled. Oh, yes, definitely. I'm loving that. That's basically a Yanis line. Look at this. I'm loving this. Wow, wow, wow.
That's Karen, and she does loads of like collage layering up and masking off. In fact, we've got some of her videos on our YouTube channel, Pink Ink Designs, where she shows the process of how that's done.
Okay, so should we watch out for some of these characters to come along?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Loving that. Let's just go to the magnificent little moment there, everybody. Pheasant, magnificent. You don't understand. You get it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful images again. And I know what you mean about not trying to be cartoon, not to be too prescribed to its natural kind of like a sketch or anything like that, but character, certainly character, it's something about them that is just, you've hit absolutely the right note, I think, the right chord with these. And lots of scope again for bright colours on, you know, when you think about pheasants, don't you? You think about that. Oh, I love it. Let's show this one. I love this. A lovely mixture we've got here. Open this. This is by Sheila. Look, absolutely fantastic. Please go again. If you can go for both, you know you've got this sort of whimsical feel, which is beautiful. But you've also got these, of course, with our farmyard and our wonderful characters. 639035. Again, for all of the set of 3 of these. And again, let me just turn that around. Oh, I think we've got a picture to show. Who's this from? Sue. I think this has been sent through from Sue. A clock has been designed with the beautiful pheasants on there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I think that might be Susan, who was our guest designer.
Oh.
It looks very, yes, I think it is. Beautiful. Isn't that lovely?
It's gorgeous. I absolutely love that.